Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride. What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weirdo Wednesday. Bunch of weirdos hanging out. Oh man, how's it going, Jamie?
Hey, I am just getting one link out right now, so I'm a little bit behind. I was trying to type and hit all the buttons by accident. My cursor went crazy.
Don't know what was happening with the video there at first. It was like
it was my cursor. It started going through the videos.
It's like there we are. There were not. There we are. There were not. No. No.
And then I tried to move on the.
So how's it going, everybody? What's up, everybody in the chat room? I'm eating bananas and strawberries right now. Don't mind me talking with my mouth full. Strawberries. Uh-oh, you're breaking up. Yeah, we did change places. Turquoise said we're freaking her out. We're like, hey, ladies first, right?
Yeah. So we were talking earlier about how strange it is that there's nothing special with this last moon. And nothing to, compel people to really go out and look at it. There's not an eclipse. There wasn't, a blood moon or a super moon or super blood moon, or even a comet, going by. But this moon in particular, my feed has been flooded with moon pictures, and not just moon pictures, but moon rising pictures. People actually typing, like watching the moon rising. It's just not, it's kind of out of the norm. People that don't normally post moon pictures are posting moon pictures.
Yeah.
So depending on the time zone, at the same exact time on Sunday night, all these people just went outside, walked out, and looked up and watched the moon rise. And then throughout the night, continued taking pictures of the moon. Last night, pictures of the moon. Still tonight, pictures of the moon. I had a very divine experience on Monday, and just a whole lot of things going on right now. And then I mentioned it to Rob. And what did you say, Rob?
Yeah, before we even talked about any of this craziness, for some reason tonight I had the strange desire to order a pair of astronomy binoculars so I could go look at the moon. Weird.
So, how many of you guys took pictures? I know I've seen a lot of them, but how many of you guys took pictures of this moon in particular? And what made you, if you don't normally do it, which I know everybody here does pretty much, but if you don't and you did, what compelled you to want to do it this phase?
Yeah. It's just this weird fascination to the moon for a lot of people this week. And I don't know where everybody is or if they saw the sunset today, but I was telling Jamie here, the sun was freaking ginormous. It was huge. Like, it was big enough to where it was kind of freaking me out. I just don't remember seeing the sun set when it's that big. This big, huge, bright orange ball in the sky. I wish I'd have taken a picture, but I had left my phone at home all day today.
I have to turn my Wi-Fi on my phone back on to try to get in the comments. I might have a little bit of an issue in chat tonight, and I apologize now. It just has not been working today.
Yeah. Moon. This moon. Yep, it's a strange one. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff going on in the world. Weird stuff going on all over the place.
Understatement.
Yeah. More train wrecks this week. You know, I've seen trains go by here literally for almost 60 years, you know, and like I only remember maybe one trail derangement. I'm deranged, that's for sure. But yeah, I only remember one. There's been like some homeless people hit on the railroad tracks here, you know, and occasionally somebody just walks out on the railroad tracks on purpose to get hit by a train. But even then, the train doesn't derail. It just kind of, and then the train stops sooner or later. But yeah, I mean, years and years and years I've grown up here. I've never seen trail derailment, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Derailment. Can't say that word tonight for some reason. And now all of a sudden it's like several every week.
I might lose battery on this. If my computer loses battery, I'll call you on the phone.
Okay. So yeah, we got more train derailments. Man, I can't talk tonight, like at all. Rented lips. Yeah. Yeah. The moon and the sun look bigger. Weirdness, man.
I'm like fried.
Yeah. Nutcase on the plane. Heard there was a shooting out in LA. Like cops got shot. The whole damn world's freaking out, man. What the? Yeah, that
punching each other over a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah. The Crunchwrap, you know, Taco Bell ran out of Crunchwrap Supreme, so the people lost their shit and started fighting. What the hell's wrong with people? And by the way, I was leaving my rockin' gemstone, my class last night. I'm coming back. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I passed a Popeye's chicken. I pulled in. I ordered a Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know, the one that people kill each other over. I didn't get it. I didn't get the fascination. I can say I've eaten one now. Last week, I said I'd never had one. I made it a purpose just because I said that to eat one of these things, and it didn't impress me. Certainly not enough to kill someone over. And if I pulled up and they would have said, "Sorry, we're out of Popeye's chicken sandwich," I'd have been like, "Okay, I'll try something else." What do you mean you out of sandwiches? Jump out of the car and go in there and start beating on somebody. And yeah, and the way those people were fighting, every one of them deserved to have their ass kicked. You don't fight. Yeah, it's like, come on, if you're gonna fight, freaking fight. You know. I learned that from like my, 7th grade, 8th grade coach. You get in a fight, out there, and I'm fighting one day with a kid, and I see the coach coming. I'm like, oh, thank God he's coming. So I'm starting to get my ass kicked. And he comes over and he's like, don't stop because of me. Get back to it. I go, oh, no. Yeah, that's how I learned to fight when I was a kid. Coach just sat there and watched us. Whoever loses, I'm beating your ass. God, if a coach said that these days,
attention.
Yeah, kids would just break down and cry. He said he was going to beat me.
If you even told them to do anything, they're going to cry.
Exactly. Kids these days.
Because the radicals ruled now.
Yeah, something proud to rule about.
They rule.
Well, let's see here. My music keeps stopping playing. Don't know why that is, but first article up is not coming up on my computer. Oh shit, stuff's falling. That scared me. Okay, let's get into it, right? Is that what they say? So I can't even figure out what I'm doing. I'm like, let's get into it. Okay, that's not
weird, huh? You feel it too. It's a weird vibe.
Yeah. Okay. Damn it, man. What is going on? What's going on?
I'm like wound up to the max.
All right. Spy plane images of cylindrical UFO over Iraq have been released. This is that one that George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, there's a little video of them discussing it, which I watched today, and it's pretty good. I probably can't play it on here because, YouTube or somebody will get their panties in a wad and give me bad grades or something, whatever they do. But this is it, and I'll read you what little bit this article says here. It says the grainy black and white images show what appears to be a thin cylindrical object flying over the city of Baghdad. According to reports, the object, which has since been dubbed the Baghdad Phantom, was captured on camera over Iraq capital by a U.S. Reaper drone back in May of 2022. It was allegedly classed as a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, by the U.S. Air Force due to its particular characteristics such as lack of wings and any obvious means of propulsion. The image was made public after being looked into journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. What George and I have uncovered is Reaper drone footage over an active war zone, Corbell told Mail Online. It shows an anomalous object which has been designated as a UAP by our own Air Force. The object appears to have no flight control surfaces, no traditional reactory propulsion, and is cooler than its surrounding environment. This isn't your grandma's rocket that we're looking at. And the picture, I'll kind of blow it up a bit. There it is right there. and it is cylindrical in shape, and him and George, they were talking about this. It's like a 10-minute video. You can go to Unexplained Videos and see it, or Unexplained. Yeah, that website. Unexplained Mysteries. I can't even think straight.
My head is going to explode, I think. I think they're pumping 5G, and I'm going to sound crazy.
But yeah, they're discussing this object, and he said some people said it could be a rocket or a missile, but like it said in that little short article, there's no form of propulsion to it, and they did like a heat thing on the video. They said they got 7 still images from the video, but they did the video, I guess, from the drone, and it showed like no heat markings or anything from this thing. So I don't know, U.S. military, whatever, says it's not ours. Nobody lays claim to it. Nobody knows what it is, where it came from, or how it got there, or how it was moving. So it's been dubbed a UAP or a UFO or whatever. Military says they don't know what it is, and they're not willing to comment on it. So I don't know, whatever the hell that means. We don't know what it is. It was there. We're not going to talk about it. There's no discussion. Okay.
Do you think that smell could have been nerve gas?
Could have been. Weird.
Like rotten Band-Aids?
Rotten Band-Aids.
It's the only way they could take a Band-Aid off the finger.
Yeah. You said that the other night, and I was like, damn, now I got to smell rotten Band-Aids in my nose. I've been doing that a lot lately, like seeing something and smelling it, or hearing something and smelling it. I'm the one with a stuffy nose tonight. What the hell? See? Those helicopters, what they were spraying.
I'm telling you, all you have to do is look up and you can see the sulfur dioxide that they're spraying in the air, which causes mucus problems and respiration problems that can actually make us suffocate.
Great. Wonderful.
What does nerve gas smell and taste like? I could taste the air today too. Okay. It doesn't taste or smell, and it evaporates into whatever. Okay. My turn. Because I'm just like, and I knew I shouldn't, but I had to make sure to smell it to make sure I was really smelling something last night when all that stuff was happening. You guys can go to my profile and scroll down to where the airplanes are. And there's just a couple of videos that I was able to put up. But there was like crazy military surveillance going on right in this neighborhood last night. It was crazy. And nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, and then I see helicopters today. All flying in a line. No markings on them. Looking very suspicious.
And of course, my first one is a Popular Mechanics.
I used to love that magazine.
Scientists are creating something wild. Organoid intelligence. The human brain is a wonderful and complicated organ. Despite decades of study and scientific progress, there's still a lot we don't know about how it works and why it behaves the way it does. But we know it's powerful. It might not be as quick to solve complex equations as a computer, but it's widely more energy efficient and significantly better at both learning and memory. And recently, researchers have been looking into how to combine a brain and a computer, giving us the power of a human mind at our fingertips. Not creepy at all. One group of researchers calls the idea organoid intelligence, or OI. And according to a new article, they have a plan to make it happen. These researchers hope to use samples of human tissue to grow small collections of brain cells that they could use in place of standard silicone computer chips called organoids. These clusters of cells are larger and more 3D than traditional cultures, snapped out, which allows the neurons within them to create significantly significantly more connections. It's a technology that requires a lot of scientific disciplines to get off the ground. While some researchers are working on growing organoids to the 10 million cell size, scientists estimate they will need to be run on a computer and access memory capabilities anywhere close to a human brain. Others are developing tech that would allow us to communicate with a clump of cells and have that clump communicate back. So weird. And some progress has been made. For example, according to a press release last year, researchers created what they describe as kind of an EEG cap for organoids, which is a flexible shell that is densely covered with tiny electrodes that can both pick up signals from the organoid and transmit signals to it. But just by building a very powerful computer is not the only thing these researchers are aiming for. They also hope to use these OI computers to analyze neurological conditions and help patients. For example, we could compare memory formation in organoids derived from healthy people and from Alzheimer patients and try to repair relative defections. We could also use OI to test whether certain substances, such as pesticides, cause memory or learning problems. It's exciting to think about, but it's complicated and not just from a tech perspective. Research like this brings up plenty of thorny ethical considerations. Is it okay to use people's cells to make computers? Could a computer made of human cells develop a consciousness? And if it does, is it okay to keep that consciousness locked up in the role of a computer? We're not anywhere close to having OI in our laptops or phones, so we don't need to have all those answers just yet. But we're going to test it. But they need to be a part of the conversation around OI, no matter what stage the technology is currently in, which means they're probably pretty far in. Right now, an entire field of study is just getting started, and though there's more computing potential to consider, the start seems exciting. For example, a recent study showed that a flat brain cell culture can learn how to play ping pong, even without the added power of being a full 3D organoid. It may seem like science fiction, but it's the works in real life. From here on, it's just a matter of building the community, the tools, and the technologies to realize OI's full potential.
I don't know. There's a lot of people playing God. I don't know if that's such a good thing. There's part of me, but so there's part of me that likes the, thinking out of the box and the, weird science, and then there's part of me that's like, he shouldn't be doing that.
I just read this thing. It says, what does toxic gas smell like? Hydrogen sulfide, I don't know, is a colorless, flammable gas that smells like rotten eggs at a low concentration levels in the air. It's commonly known as sewer gas, stink damp, and manure gas. At high levels, it has a sickening sweet odor. I don't know if I can compare that to rotten Band-Aids. Or use, like, it's a finger Band-Aid specifically. Like when you have like a finger Band-Aid and your finger gets pruny, like that smell. I smell everything. I'm sorry.
Well, since you did an article on, what was it called? Organoids.
Organoid intelligence.
I'm suffering from a case of the organoids. Doesn't sound fun. Well, since you did that, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Sort of similar, but different. It's, got to do with weird shit. Humans could soon be equipped with extra robotic body parts. Your organoid going and your extra robotic body. Who needs humans? Just get rid of them. Let's make the whole planet full of robots and shit. what's like, going to happen probably anyways. I don't know. Let's see what it says about this. It's not very long. Article 2, the legendary. No, that's the wrong one. I skipped one. Okay. Need an extra hand at work? Before too long, you might actually be able to get one. Quite literally. The fusion of the human body with robotic components has been long explored in science fiction, but it's not outside the realms of possibility. And augmenting ourselves with additional limbs will actually become a common practice in the not too distant future. Anybody want an extra arm and hand? Sign up. Sign up early. According to the things you could do with an extra hand or two. According to cognitive neuroscientist Tamar Macon of Cambridge University, the use of an additional robotic body part could have the potential to significantly increase productivity in the workplace. Because you got your extra robot arms. You could literally be working, taking a whiz, and like making lunch all at the same time. If if you want an extra arm while if you want an extra arm while you're working in the kitchen so you can stir the soup while chopping the vegetables, you might have the option to wear an independently controlled extra robotic arm. What the hell? Like 2 arms have been good enough for the last, million years. Steps towards such a possibility have already been taken, with another researcher at the university having already developed a 3D printed thumb that can be attached to someone's hand. Need an extra thumb? There you go. They can 3D print you one. It's a designer, Danny. I thought it said Danny Chode, but it's Danny Clode. Maintains that the extra thumb could help a waiter carry more plates, for example, and can be adapted to aid any other specific workplace activity. Why does it have to be workplace? Could be any extracurricular activity. 2, we spoke with a surgeon who was really interested in holding his camera while he's doing some shoulder surgery rather than his assistant holding his camera. He wanted to be in full control of the tools that he's using with 2 hands while also holding a camera and being able to manipulate that as well. What the? I'm just, it's my weekly. What the hell's wrong with people? In the future, it's not too unreasonable to imagine entire additional arms, eyewear, that enhances vision and other robotic augmentations that could make a person stronger and faster. Like the $6 million man I'm picturing. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Eventually, equipping such a device could become as trivial as putting on a pair of glasses. I don't know. What do you guys think? You want an extra arm? Extra robotic arm?
I saw that Big Bang episode.
Yeah.
With Walloway.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, I mean, if you screwed your arm up, or you fell in the wood chipper, you lost your arm, got cut off, all kinds of things can happen. You lose a limb. Yeah, sure. Throw me a robotic one on there. I guess that's better than, just hopping around on one leg or whatever. But to add an extra one on top of the ones that you already got that function normally, I don't know.
Have you seen the commercial with the little girl and they're like, oh, if we're going to run the future, we need more things. And she goes, so we can do things like this. And one little girl has like a keyboard, and on both sides of her are other keyboards. And then there's 2 arms just like that. And as she's typing, the arms are doing the same thing. Then she goes like this, and then the arms go like that.
Yeah.
That's what that just reminded me of.
Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be, I look at little kids these days and I'm like, wow, what does the future hold for these little shits?
Well, if they're anything like these New York teens that were nabbed after running through a fence for a Kool-Aid Man TikTok challenge, I don't think they're going to get too far.
Yeah, I got to hear this one. I saw this, but I haven't heard it yet.
I'm convinced somebody's planting these trends on purpose just to weed out really how stupid some people are and how easily manipulated they are, because come on.
Some people are really stupid.
In Suffolk County Police said a homeowner in Center Reach, New York, heard loud noises around 1 a.m. on Monday. Surveillance cameras showed 6 males had kicked several sections of his fence down. The males, ages 12 to 18, returned just after 4 a.m. and ran through the fence simultaneously. Police said. The prank was later determined to be part of the Kool-Aid Man TikTok challenge, which mimics the iconic mascot with the popular powdered drink. Do you think they yell, "Hey, Kool-Aid"? The homeowner reported the incident to police. Officers observed a black Hyundai sedan matching the description of a vehicle near the scene. The officers arrested the 6 males on Hammond Road about 4:15 a.m. Detectives later discovered that there were at least 2 other instances where some of the males damaged fences in Center Reach and Selden, both which are in the same county. The 5 juveniles and 1 18-year-old were charged with several counts of 3rd-degree criminal mischief and 4th-degree mischief. The subjects were released on family court field appearance and are scheduled to be arraigned on March 6th. So yeah, add that one to the list.
So what exactly is the Kool-Aid Man challenge?
Where they just bust through the fence, I guess, and yell, "Hey, Kool-Aid."
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't seen this on TikTok yet.
You know, I wonder. You know, I'm guilty. I watched Jackass when it first came out. You know,
that was
when it was
best.
popular. You know, and I laughed and all, but I wonder if you know, they're all like kicking each other in the nuts and like slamming into walls and bushes, and you know, they're screwing. Did that like help the generations of now like become like we're stuff like this is just the norm now? It's like every day is a Jackass, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna out Jackass you.
Oh, yeah.
You're breaking up on me again. So this one's kind of dorky, but I threw it in here anyways because I can. Because, like I said last week, does Hollywood know something we don't? Well, film director Steven Spielberg comments on UFOs and cover-ups. Maybe they just do. It's always funny how a movie comes out, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, it's just a movie, and then like a couple of years later, that movie's like a blueprint for what's to happen. The legendary director recently expressed his enthusiasm for the topic during an interview with Stephen Colbert. Steven Spielberg is certainly no stranger to making movies about aliens, given that some of his most famous and beloved films, including 1977's Close Encounter of the Third Kind, 1982's E.T., the extraterrestrial, and 2005's War of the Worlds remake, it certainly wouldn't be a stretch to assume that the 76-year-old has at least passing interest in the subject himself, and is something he touched upon during a recent appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. In particular, he commented on the fact that a lot of information about the topic was being covered up by the government. Like they're going to tell us anything. I think the secrecy that's shrouding all of these sightings and the lack of transparency until the Freedom of Information Act compels certain materials to be released publicly. I think there's something going on that simply needs extraordinarily due diligence, he said. He also remarked, upon recent releases of U.S. Navy footage of UAPs and WAPs, the revelation that more than 100 sightings investigated by the Pentagon UFO office did not have an explanation for any of them. I think what's been coming out recently is fascinating. Just absolutely fascinating, he says. I would like to hear more about it. I don't know what or who they are, though. So he says. I don't know. Let's just hope, that the ETs are as friendly as ET, and they're not just here to farm us for some, hamburger meat for their lizard bellies or something.
We are the solar system's loony bin.
Oh yeah, we're the shit box of the solar system. We're like the loony bin, the dump, the toxic waste. Humans are pretty terrible. We're definitely the worst animal on the planet. I mean,
Sure.
I'm not saying everybody's an asshole or anything like that, but as humankind overall, I mean, we're all on the same rock. No matter what color we are, we pretty much all bleed red, unless you're an alien. You might bleed another color. I don't know. But in my gatherings around the world, I've seen lots of people bleed, and we all got the same color blood. We're all on the same rock, but yet, we're divided up and we're all fighting amongst each other. No wonder the aliens don't want to come here. They're like, just skip that planet. It's a total shit show down there. Trust me, you don't want to go there. They can't even get along with themselves. How are they going to get along with anybody else?
And we were given paradise. We were given paradise. Everything you could ever imagine. We've got just the beautiful stuff that Earth makes. We got the solar system, the ocean. I mean, all these animals and creatures and life and birds and just beauty and love and our souls. Like, I don't know the meaning of life, but I know this was not it. And our meaning of life was not meant to be treated like this.
Yeah.
We've destroyed it. I mean, we destroyed a beautiful, beautiful gift.
I mean, the Earth's a pretty magnificent thing as far as it can take care of itself, even as bad as we beat the shit out of it. It can still maintain its functionality. I mean, like, remember when the whole COVID thing hit, and it was like the whole country was shut down for like a month, and like the skies out there, over LA, all of a sudden you see blue sky in LA. You don't usually see blue sky there. Different places, India, like their skies look like sky diarrhea all the time, and they cleared up within a matter of weeks. It's like the Earth has a way of taking care of itself when there's not a bunch of dumbasses out there just like throwing dirt and crap and trash and shit at it every 5 seconds.
And we were given all the food we needed. Like, I mean, down to the point where like grapes look like your heart. When you cut a carrot, it looks like your eye. The parts of your body that the food benefits, they made the food look like, resemble.
Yep.
So, down to medicine with pot, like we have everything we need in this earth. We didn't have to do all this shit.
But yet we're constantly finding new ways to screw it up.
Screw it up.
At least we're consistent. Got to be good at something.
Got to be good at something.
Fucking up things we're good at.
I'm going to see if I can open this on my phone network and not put Wi-Fi back on. Nope, I'm going to put Wi-Fi back on. Fingers crossed. An Arizona grandmother's M&M themed funeral casket goes viral. A grandmother in Arizona made sure her funeral would reflect her colorful and fun personality with an M&M-shaped casket. Mary Stocks Martin, a retired teacher from Snowflake, Arizona, died on February 9 at the age of 86. Her funeral was held at the LDS Love Lake Chapel in Taylor, Arizona on February 18, where guests were able to see Martin's unique casket during the wake and graveside service. Billy Martin, one of Martin's grandsons, said she used to initial everything MSM. But that S in cursive, of course, looks like M and M, he said. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this whole thing, Rob. The students started bringing her M&Ms, memorabilia, and it just turned into something that she reflected on as part of her success as a teacher. That's really cute. Martin reportedly built her M&M-shaped casket with help from her son years before her death. The Martin family said the casket was modeled after one of Martin's favorite M&M spokes candies, the Blue Almond M&M, which has been named Blue by Mars. Blue was introduced, and then they give the history of Blue. So I think that's really cool that she, created that also. And you think about energy and things like that. And it's just like part of her in the casket. I mean,
And she really liked M&Ms.
Yeah. There's really a part of her in the casket, but, her energy. There's the Ash House. I can't remember how to say the word, in San Francisco, where it's like a crematory, and it's got like 3 stories, and it's just beautiful. It's been redone. It's gorgeous. Jeff and I went with Glennie and things. But one thing I really, really liked about it was on the inside, when you go in, it's like walls and walls of glass boxes, and they're shadow boxes. So instead of just reading somebody's like headstone, the family then goes and puts like little like Matchbox cars, or if they liked baseball, like baseball cards, like things that the person really, really loved. They put them in these window boxes, shadow boxes.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool because like then you walk around and you're looking, and not only are you, reading their names, but you're learning a little bit about each person.
Yeah.
I still have all that footage that we did there that I still have not reviewed. 2 whole trips out there.
Wow. Yeah. Reviewing, man, takes up some time.
Well, I lost it for a while, and then I actually just found it recently. Well, 3 years ago, recently, 2 years ago.
Yep. Oh man. Let's see what's next.
Is your head still hurting?
A little bit, not as bad.
Is it like a pressure that's pushing out?
Kinda, yeah. And things like this make it hurt worse when you ponder the thought of, why do all the lake beds, the cracks look like hexagons? Mystery behind hexagonal patterns in the world's salt flats has been solved. Everybody can relax. It's been solved. Just in case you were wondering.
I actually was when I was a kid.
I've been out to the dry lake beds for events. And it's always like, I'm always looking at it going, why is it that pattern? And then I forget about it. And then I see it again. I'm like, why is it always the same pattern? And then I forget about it. And then I see it again. I'm like, why is it always, it's like a recurring thing.
We had a flood in Moss Beach when I was little. And after the mud and everything was gone, the sludge, it cracked like that around the house.
Really? Well, according to this article, which who knows if it's correct or not, they're just saying it. It says scientists have determined what causes a distinctive honeycomb pattern to form on the surface of a natural salt pan or lake. If you've ever set foot on the salt flats in California's Death Valley or in Bolivia or other places around the world, you will likely have cast your eyes on the surface of the flat and noticed a distinctive hexagonal honeycomb-like pattern set into the crust. I've looked at it and pondered and thought, nature's weird. For years, the precise process responsible for this phenomenon has left scientists scratching their heads. But now a team of physicists, thought it said psychics. I was like, what? Okay. Now a team of physicists believe that they have finally found the answer. The fantastic landscape demands an explanation, said Lucas Coring of Nottingham Trent University. I'm really having a hard time talking tonight. What we've shown is that simple, plausible explanation is there, but hidden beneath the ground. The answer, as it all turns out, is all to do with groundwater that exists beneath the salt's crust. According to the study, and by the way, the salt flats that I've been on don't really taste a lot like salt. I know that from experience. According to the study, layers of salty and less salty water circulate up and down and are squeezed together in such a way as to form these hexagonal patterns on the surface. The surface patterns reflect the slow overturning of salty water within the soil, a phenomenon which somewhat like the convection cells that form in a thin layer of shimmering water. I don't know. I just read the explanation of why it forms like that, but I still don't really know why, other than nature paints a cool picture.
There's like a whole thing about that too.
Is there?
Like cells and all these different things that is found like.
Huh.
Okay. That honeycomb pattern is found in like all sorts of stuff in life, like leaves and stuff. When you like break it down, we'll have that honeycomb pattern. And
Yeah.
there was something on about it even the other day, and I was actually going to save it, and I lost it. There's that, and then my brain's fried. I can't even think. Geometric, like the geometric patterns that are found in everything.
Yeah.
But the honeycomb is a big one.
Yep. It's pretty weird. Don't know exactly how it works still. Underground water, right? I don't know. Maybe.
That's a good thought.
It's a good thought. We'll roll with it just for scientists' sake.
So I had seen this the other day where somebody had $120,000 chip they found. I didn't bother reading the article. I'm just like, another stupid human thing. Freaking $120,000 potato chip. But
What?
then I seen today a woman accidentally eats a heart-shaped potato chip worth over $120,000. I didn't realize. So I thought that one was kind of funny. A woman from England has revealed that she mistakenly ate a heart-shaped potato chip that could have awarded her a massive cash prize. So she knew that this could have had money. And how do you go and eat it is what I don't understand.
My question here, too, is I find this suspicious because these are ruffles with ridges, and this is like a classic Lay's. It has no ridges.
Well, yeah, that is a Lay's.
Yeah.
What the hell? She found it. Okay, Dawn found a chip or crisp, as they say in England, in a bag of Walker's, a British snack food company known for manufacturing potato crisps. She was unaware that the snack was of value at the time. The chip could have made her the winner of the heart-shaped crisp hunt. At first, I didn't realize that crisp would be worth money, as I hadn't heard about the competition, she told Fox TV. She took note of the chip and even sent a picture of it to her friends after finding it in the snack bag the day after Valentine's Day. After capturing the photo, she then ate the valuable chip. Her friends responded to the picture, but they apparently were not quick enough. It wasn't until they messaged me back saying not to eat it due to the competition that I had already eaten it, she said. In a press release shared by Walker's, the chip company is giving away £1,000, which is equivalent to $120,183.50 to whomever finds the best heart-shaped crisp in their Walker's bag of crisps. So, yeah.
Well, that was one expensive snack.
It sure was.
I found a heart-shaped chip in a bag of chips before, and I ate it. I don't think it was worth anything, but I did take a picture of it. It wasn't as heartly shaped as this one, though. You had to use a little bit of
Imagination.
Yeah. Well, that's all the articles I have. I got my crystal video. So, do you want to do another one?
I don't think I could get through another one, to be honest.
Okay. Well, speaking of crystals, I did get a new one that some of you have probably seen because I posted it on my webpage. But if you didn't, yeah, I'm going to show it to you anyways. Boom, there it is right there. Another snake to add to my yellow snake that I got. This is a double-headed snake carved out of Caribbean calcite. And my my crystal dealer texted me early the other morning and was like, hey, I got something you might be interested in. Sent me a picture. I'm like, damn it. Yeah, she's my crystal friend. She's like my drug dealer, gives me a few little like inexpensive crystals and then draws me in for the real thing. So yeah, that's my newest crystal to the batch of snakes.
Have you tried putting light behind it?
No, I haven't done that yet. I should do that. I should go grab my flashlight while the other video is playing and do that. Well, speaking of crystals and crystal of the week, might as well go ahead and do that video while we're talking about crystals. And here is that one. This week's crystal of the week is another popular one. And I know many of you probably have it. Tiger's Eye. This week's crystal is Tiger's Eye. It's another one of my favorites. Gosh, I have a lot of favorites, it seems. Tiger's Eye. It's a quartz crystal, and some of its uses and purposes. Tiger's Eye as a stone of good luck and good fortune to attract the steady flow of money to the home. It's ideal for entrepreneurs and those setting out in business for the first time. Also for those building up skills and a knowledge base for a major career change in the future. Tiger's Eye warns against complacency and emboldens one to step out of the box in order to grow and challenge one's artistic and creative talents. Physical abilities and trying something new. Use as a support stone for determination and to overcome fear during exams, competitions, public performances, selling one's creation in a marketplace, or presenting ideas in important meetings. Wear or carry Tiger's Eye for increasing insight and perception in unfamiliar places or circumstances, and for protection from the negative intentions of others. Tiger's Eye also sharpens the senses, helping one to pay attention to details and prepare for positive action. It reflects the overview of situations and assists when things are happening too fast. It's one of the best aids for resolving a crisis and provides perfect support when one is afraid of making the wrong decision. Use it for quick thinking, sizing up someone's character, and for realizing the consequences of one's own actions. Draw on Tiger's Eye to boost willpower, emotional stability, and energy levels when working through lifestyle changes and health environment routines. It reduces cravings for the wrong kind of foods and helps decrease the need for binges, excessive cigarettes, prescription drugs, alcohol, etc. It also reduces anxiety caused by feelings of isolation or inadequacy. It also helps overcome discouragement to persevere through the long haul. The Tiger's Eye is a stone of practicality and balance, remarkable for soothing tensions in family relations with differences of opinion or expressions or causing discord. It promotes harmony between people with diverse viewpoints, religious beliefs, or approaches to life to see the same sides of an issue and find common ground. It's a marvelous talisman for professional meditators as well as anyone going through difficult negotiations. Some of its healing energy, it's a blood fortifier, increasing vitality and strength and restoring balance to all body on all levels. It's thought to boost the endocrine system, bringing on one's hormones and biochemistry back to level, and placed on the reproductive organs may stimulate fertility and resolve issues arising from past experiences. Tiger's Eye placed on the side of the head energetically rebalances the brain's hemispheres. As the stone holds energy of the sun, it may relieve seasonal affective disorder and depression. It's effective for alleviating nightmares and is reputed to relieve asthma attacks and angina and help lower the blood pressure. Tiger's Eye is traditionally used to heal disorders of the eyes, throat, and to improve night vision. It eases issues of the stomach and gallbladder, dissolves constrictions. It may also be used to strengthen alignment of the spine and stimulate the repair of broken bones. Some of its emotional healing energy. It's a remarkable ally for the mind, balancing emotional extremes, allowing scattered thoughts, feelings, and information to come together in a way that makes sense. It brings focus and stability, enabling one to make decisions from a place of reason rather than emotion. Tiger's Eye is ideal for those who are speaked out and uncommitted on purpose. For those who find it difficult to remain optimistic, it stimulates hope and confidence for the future. It's highly beneficial for resolving dilemmas and internal battles, especially those caused by jealousy, willfulness, and pride. It teaches integrity and the right use of power, bringing an awareness of one's needs, as opposed to more wants, as well as understanding the needs of others. It's excellent for healing issues of self-criticism and worth, and unblocks creativity, so one may recognize one's talents and abilities as well as one's faults that need to be overcome. It's highly supportive for an addictive personality, increasing personal will to effect positive change, and anchors that change into the physical body. So as you can see, Tiger's Eye has a lot of properties, a lot of uses, a lot of energy, a lot of healing, and maybe that's perhaps why I'm drawn to it, because I know we could all use help in a lot of those categories for sure at times. So there you go. The crystal of the week, Tiger's Eye. Bada bing, bada boom. Tiger's Eye. As I was just sitting here laying with a piece of Tiger's Eye on my head. Little Tiger's Eye skull. As well, I like me some Tiger's Eye. Linda says she'd use a onesie of Tiger's Eye. Yeah, that would be cool. be better. Be better than last week's
I didn't
jacket
know I
of
was muted the whole time.
what's that?
I didn't know I was muted the whole time. I was saying I didn't know about the broken bone part and stuff, and I didn't know
Yeah.
you were reading it.
I was thinking of you when I read that earlier.
Aw. I had some tiger's eye right here, but I don't know. It must have fell off of my little crystal.
Yeah, I got a whole about a whole package of tiger's eye beads.
I have like a
Maybe.
perfect little cube of it, like right here somewhere.
Yeah, it's another crystal that I went in a long time ago. Went in the crystal shop, and I got this, and it was just I sent you pictures of that play. I mean, there's tons of stuff in there, and it's just like just zoned in on this piece of tiger's eye and picked it up, and I was like, oh, what is this? I need to take this home. I didn't even know what it was. Yeah, it's weird how crystals can affect you or draw to you. What are you gonna say?
Oh, when I was younger, my mom had a little tiny pendant that was tiger's eye, and that was the first time I saw it, and I used to love it. I would just sit there, messing with it when I was a kid. Just, it had like a perfect band around it and everything. But I love tiger's eye.
Yeah,
Did you get those in the silent auction?
these pieces. No, I've had these for a long time.
The
I got
beads?
the beads. Yeah, I got the beads in the auction. Yeah, I was bummed. I missed a piece of rose quartz. Nothing really super special about it. I just like rose quartz, and it was a chunk, yay big, probably I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds, 3 pounds maybe, and I lost it for $12. I forgot I had bid on it. I kind of went nutty, and I don't know, bought a bunch of stuff that night. Not a bunch, but quite a bit. I think I'm gonna go. I think I ought to actually get on camera and not just the top part of my forehead. I think we're gonna go to the Rockhound Roundup Friday, maybe.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it's over in Swanee River Music place or whatnot, and yeah, they have this big rock. It's a rock swap. It's all kinds of stuff, and yeah, there's all kinds of people that have made stuff and have rocks and slabs and equipment and what have you. Another place to drive a couple hours and spend some money. Probably. We get pretty good deals there, so.
Yeah, those little swaps. We have the Rock and Gem show coming out here.
Oh, yeah?
I found this up in California. I'm not going to say where, though.
You found that one?
I dug this one out.
Yeah,
And it's got
that's
like a cool point.
Yeah, it does. Did you have to
raw?
Did you have to soak that in anything to clean it, or just clean it with water and a brush, or how'd you clean it?
This one doesn't have the clay. This one was pretty clean.
Okay.
This one just had dirt. This had like a mud dirt on it. It's not like that red clay. And my husband did something to it. He helped me clean this one.
Nice.
It has a cool color on it though when the light hits it, but it's not showing up.
Yeah, it was funny. You told me you had,
But we did soak it. That soaked in buckets for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
because it was like the mud, the clay. We were going to get that acid and shit for that
Yeah.
red clay that's in like Stanislaus County and shit.
Yeah.
This is more like towards Nevada-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you told me you had some crystals, you're like, oh, I got a collection. I had no idea how many crystals you had. And then you started showing it to me. Like, holy shit.
I
I
have
got
this big
baby
point
collection.
right here. This is a this is a big point. This one was bought,
Holy
and this is
crap.
like really heavy,
Yeah.
big crystal point. So these are like my big energy crystals.
Yeah.
And what I should be wearing, I actually looked at it today. I usually keep it up on my amethyst cave, but it's called a crystal power necklace. And I was thinking earlier, like I should actually be wearing it right now. But it's like all crystal points. So that way when you put it on, it just, you're like completely surrounded by the quartz healing. And that's what I should be. And I looked at it earlier. I'm like, I should be wearing that.
Yeah.
Like, why am I not wearing it?
Exactly.
Yeah, normally you have to use and I can't remember, muriatic acid, I think it was. The same one that dissolves bodies.
Oh yeah, just in case.
It
Double purpose.
takes some time, and it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the crystals, and you have to be like super, super careful with it.
Yeah.
You have to have like rubber gloves, and like you cannot even touch that crap. That's why I was scared, and like told my husband, like, you screw with the chemicals and shit. And that's why we didn't end up getting like all those buckets of the red clay crystals. Then they end up looking like pinkish and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is a piece from Stanislaus, and it's got all like the clay still stuck in the cracks. So like this one would have needed an acid bath.
Oh yeah.
But this was like from the throwaway pile, like, because this wasn't even going in this one spot that I don't want to say. We got a museum piece, two-sided, two-headed, because they're known for their scepter crystals over there, which is with phantom quartz. So it's got the scepter top where it almost looks like a weird like blob on the top. I'm not, kind of what it looks like. And then it has phantom quartz inside, which is where the inclusions and everything grow. And it looks like a head of quartz, like a point on the inside of the quartz when you look in.
Yeah.
Two-sided wand, two-headed scepter, both had the phantom crystal quartz inside. One had a bigger point than the other. He kept it.
Wow.
That was museum quality. That was a specimen piece.
Oh no.
And then there was another one that was really nice. It was a one-headed scepter crystal, and he kept it too. So like that one ended up, being just like extra because we got so many like good points and stuff. Like even ones like this ended up in the not great pile.
Yeah.
And that's a good crystal. I look back now like, God, I was a snob. Like that's a good crystal. And this one was like smoky quartz found in the same spot.
Yeah.
In fact, this one has a little bit of phantom in it. I sent you a video on this one before.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people use all kinds of stuff to clean crystals, not like I'm talking about cleaning them, as if they were dug right out of the ground and they're like iron stains or whatever on them.
Oh, brother, yeah.
Yeah. I've even heard of people using iron out and different stain removers.
Scrub brushes, you get really down deep into like the grooves, you got to scrub.
Yeah. Royal says, do we ever give our crystals moon baths? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I have to clean this one because I've been using it so much and it's holding a lot of crazy stuff in it. This one definitely has to go under the moon tonight.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes take all of my crystals outside, put them on the ground. It's kind of weird. Not the fact that it's weird, just it weirds me out to leave them outside. I'm like, yeah, is somebody going to come in here and steal my crystal?
That's why if I can, I'll put them in my windowsill sometimes.
Yeah. More than likely, anybody around here would come in my backyard and see all these crystals and go, oh, I'm getting the hell out of here. This guy's weird. It's going to put a mojo on me.
I used to bring like a box flat top and I put my crystals and then I'd hide it in a spot in the backyard where the moon, I'd be like, okay, I'll probably have like a few hours of like direct moon right here. And I would like hide it in a spot, but I hated leaving it in the backyard because it's like all my crystals are outside.
Yeah.
What, the raccoons will take them?
Holy crap. That would really suck.
No way.
That would really suck. Look out there and see them running off in the woods with your crystals, you know?
Well, it's funny because we see them like they go out and like rip the plants, you know, like the herbs out and then wash it in the pool. They go to the pool then with their little hands and dip the stuff in the water and then take it and eat it. It's like they do this like weird stuff like that. Like the raccoon literally washed the freaking shit before it ate it.
Yep.
Put it in the pool water.
Yep.
What? Are you serious?
It's classic.
Have you ever had that happen?
Not me.
Me and my mom swear. Okay, so every once in a while, because we have that family of raccoons, we hear this one sound. It goes dink, and we always stop and be like, "Did the raccoon do that?" We think, "Did the raccoon throw a rock or something?" And we've said that probably 3 or 4 times. Where I swear it sounded like something tapped the window or did something, and it's around the time that the raccoons come through. The family of 4. Well, now there's 3. But yeah. Now I'm starting to wonder, maybe they are hitting it.
Yeah, I know when we lived on the beach, they would come like my living room windows looked right out on the front porch. And I lived kind of like I do here right at the end of the cul-de-sac in the road. And yeah, when we'd just be sitting there and I'd get this weird feeling like somebody was watching me. I'd turn around and look and there's like 6 or 8 coons at the window just looking in at me like, hey, got anything to eat? Hey buddy, got the stuff? Yeah,
that's crazy. Oh my gosh, now I'm curious because I'll sit there and then, you know, the corner of my eye, I look and, you know, there's one going by like, oh shit, there's the raccoons. Then they start crawling, doing all their stuff. One day I didn't even see them. I was in the backyard. Didn't know that they were already out there. I just go out with the phone, you know, to take a picture of the moon. And then I stop and all the raccoons are like,
yep.
And I'm like,
I'll have to ask my neighbor next door. She feeds the coons over here, you know.
See, they come around for my cat food because there's actually, she says about the crunchy food. There's dry food that they find around the cat's enclosure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the place where I played a couple of weeks ago where I played music at for my friend's celebration of life party. It's a restaurant, and it's right on the marsh, right on the water. And there's tons of raccoons that live there, and it's a restaurant and there's food. So, you know, needless to say, you can always take your, you know, food scraps or whatever you want to share with the wildlife, and take it over to the edge of the deck. And there's always like a slew of coons down there just, waiting for handouts. So it's like eat dinner and feed the raccoons at the same time.
I love them.
Yeah, they're smart critters for sure. Holy crap. Dude comes home and finds a full-grown bobcat in his house sleeping in his dog's bed.
No way.
Shooters.
He used the doggy door and the doggy bed. Where's the dog?
Yeah, really. The dog's like, hell this, I'm out of here. Yeah, that's what has always kind of freaked me out about doggy doors. We were going to put one in here a while back, and I was like, I don't know, though. What can come in?
Alligators.
Yeah, alligators.
Snakes.
My neighborhood, skinny crackheads. Yeah, snakes, definitely.
Skinny crackheads.
Skinny crackheads. Yeah. I live on the edge of the hood. We have plenty of them. And the working girls, man, they're out hardcore. I said that last week, and I've seen several more this past week.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Sasquatch for sure. Swamp ape here. Yeah, the girls be working.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, exactly. Trash pandas.
I never heard that till you said that.
Yeah, sign of the economy or something. Hey, but there must be a calling for them. There must be a demand for the supply, demand. I don't know what I'm even trying to say at this point.
I know what you're trying to say.
There must be a need for them to be working the streets of gold. Something like that. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I've never had this kind of pressure before where instead of like pushing in, it feels almost like it's pushing out.
Yeah.
And if I cup my hands on my ears, like if you hold a shell, you hear the ocean.
Yeah. Oh. What are you hearing?
Like this weird humming, buzzing. Like it sounds almost like it's. I don't even know how to describe it yet. But it's not the normal sound when you cover your ears. Like I hear. It's just weird. Like
Maybe
microwaves or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Living in a simulation.
Yeah.
We're not even real.
Or I'm having a real bad reaction to the stuff that they're spraying.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, Lynn says, living in the woods, my threats are getting peed on by a turkey in a tree. Yep. Speaking of turkeys in a tree, wasn't a turkey, thank God. But I got done playing disc golf last week. Me and a friend of mine that I play with, we hopped in his car and we went to a new disc golf course where we're going to be playing this weekend. And great little course, very technical, short. I actually played pretty good. I actually played pretty decently. Well, for me, anyway. Let's not get carried away. But yeah, walking out, freaking bird flies over me and shits on me in my disc golf cart. Like,
that's good luck.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because my cart still has bird shit on it. So.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
I thought it was.
I don't know. Yeah. It requires coordination and proper technique, which I haven't.
Yeah. Perhaps the most famous of bird superstitions. If you're unfortunate enough to get pooped on by a bird, it's actually a sign of good luck. Having originated in Russia, it's thought to be good luck as the chances of this happening are actually surprisingly low.
Well, there you go then. Maybe I'll play good there this weekend. Or maybe I'll win the lottery. I'd rather win the lottery than play. I could suck. Win the lottery, I'd still be happy. Yeah, speaking of bobcats, I have a picture on my phone, but it's not worth showing because it didn't come out very good. But it does have a bobcat in it. It's not a live one though, but it's a good-looking dead one. If that makes any sense. Let me reclaim that whole conversation. I was at the Native American Festival a couple of weeks ago, and they had a taxidermist stuffed.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say roadkill. Or,
yeah.
Like, it wasn't up too much.
Yeah. It was a bobcat like jumping in the air at a squirrel. And man, it was really cool looking. And I totally screwed up and didn't get a good picture of it. But, I'm not for, having a bunch of stuffed animals, dead animals in my house. But this one was pretty cool looking. I would have made a whatever for that one to be in the house because it was pretty awesome.
My old uncle used to have a stuffed cheetah in his house, in their house. And so it used to aim toward, it was a big one, and it would aim towards the couch. So as a kid, like I'd be sitting here and the head was like right here. So I'd turn and there's like the face with like the teeth. And I would sit there and just like I'd just sit there looking at the teeth and like had the way that the nose still looked, like real and everything. And I would, and then my mom would get like freaked. She's like, "Don't let Jamie sit there petting that." And I'd always want to go and pet and they're like, "Don't let Jamie pet that cheetah. Stop playing with that cheetah."
Yeah.
I got older and realized, like, oh god, like, dude, Uncle Larry had a stuffed cheetah in the corner.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle's house in North Carolina. We used to go there, and I'd get to sleep downstairs in my uncle's man cave. And yeah, man, he was a grizzly bear hunter, and he had a full-sized grizzly bear, in there, and all kinds of deer heads and all kinds of animals and fish and bears and all kinds of shit in there. It didn't really bother me when I went in there. I was like, oh, cool, a bear. But when you're a little kid and you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, you don't really know where you're at because you're in a new place, and you look up and see a freaking 8-foot bear standing there with its claws and teeth out, kind of scars you for life a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I agree, Linda. It's creepy. I always have to like cover. I can't look at them anymore. Like it, it like flips me out, and I don't even like to see it on TV.
Yeah, there's a place here, a restaurant. I think it's Clark's Fish Camp. Holy crap, Tommy, you been in there? You been at Clark's? They got every kind of stuffed animal you can possibly imagine in there: fish, bears, birds, snakes, coons.
I went to a place like that.
Everything. Yeah, they got everything in there. And you can pretty much eat a lot of it too. They have snake on the menu, rattlesnake, alligator, frog legs, they got all kinds of stuff.
Damn.
Yep. Should we shuffle in some cards?
Yeah, I've got I'm ready to make a list of whoever would like to have their cards read by Rob.
Oh, me, eh? Which deck should I use?
I've been chased by geese. I sat on a fence for a long time. There was this mean goose.
Those bastards are mean, man. We used to have 2 geese. and one of them got hit by a car. And we took it to a bird vet that was like 45 miles away. It cost us $350. And Darcy had to sit on this goose and give it medicine twice a day for like 2 weeks. And it was no easy feat. Good thing it was her doing it, because if it was me that had to do it, poor geese would have probably croaked.
We've got Debbie first. Hey, Lori. Good to see you. A turkey vulture, Linda?
Turkey vultures. We got a ton of those around here. They're pretty good size, too. I'm going to use a. Are you doing readings, or are you? Am I?
Mm-mm. If you don't mind.
Okay. I'm going to use this Native American Oracle deck.
And we only have 5 takers, so
This is the back of the cards.
we don't have to do cookies.
Cookies?
Quickies.
Cookies. All right, who's first?
Miss Debbie.
Bada bing. Bada boom. And your card is that one.
Oh, a tree. You just made a tree, Rob.
That's true. It's a tree. Let's see what it says. I almost turned to the proper page.
I love that one already for some reason.
Except I turned to the proper page in the wrong language.
Yeah, that's still something.
Hey, that means something, I'm sure. Good Lord, man. Am I going to be able to read? Let me put my Franken spectacles on.
Frankentank.
Frankenstein, the sacred tree. Let me get some light on the subject. Holy mackerel.
Oh, that's awesome, Ulrich.
It
7:30 a.m. in Scandinavia.
That's what time it is there now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good morning.
All right. Debbie's got the sacred tree. The cosmic tree is in the axis of the world, uniting the visible world of earth with the invisible world of spirit. The shaman climbs its branches until it reaches the heavens or travels down the roots to the lower world, seeking answers and healing and guidance for his people. The tree is said to make the rain fall, plants grow, the females of all species, as well as the earth, fertile. The Omaha people would ritually cut down or trim a sacred tree and paint its trunk, alternating red and black rings to symbolize heaven and earth, life and death, day and night, and all other polarities. The message of this card: diligently seek solutions rather than avoiding them, and be willing to offer an exchange if necessary to get what you need. So there you go. That is the sacred tree. Yeah, I made a gem tree. Doesn't look that cool though.
Debbie says she used the sacred tree for her shamanic journeys.
Aha.
That is really cool. Next, we have turquoise. I love when the cards find the right home like that.
Yeah. It's weird, you know. Some people say they're just cards. That's mumbo jumbo. And people say they're just rocks. But then I got one friend that's like, you shouldn't use those cards. They're the devil's cards. Like, what? So I guess the devil made crystals too.
It's like, I guess if you're talking to the devil or you think you're talking to the devil, then you might think your messages are coming from the devil, but like, no.
One card just popped up.
Of course, Heather.
Top of the deck. Oh, I can tell. Speaking of turkey vultures, who's this for?
For turquoise.
Turquoise. Speaking of turquoise, there's always a bunch of turquoise laying right around me. All right, this is the Falcon card. Falcon is known for its ability to see clearly on several levels. First, Falcon flies high and gains a big picture view of the world. Also, some myths speak of two falcons, one that sees at night, the other that sees in daylight. So Falcon can also see both sides of any situation. These qualities are necessary to any great strategist. In addition to clarity of vision, Falcon is, like most winged creatures, a messenger of the gods, spirits, and ancestors. Disciplined and intelligent, encourages a diplomatic approach and bold actions when facing dilemmas. Dilemmas. When facing dilemmas, symbolically, fire echoes the idea of communication with the gods. The message is rise above petty concerns and focus on what's important. Again, that was the Falcon. The Falcon.
Next up, we have Lori.
And again, this is the Native American Oracle card deck.
Oh,
Lord.
Debbie said she used, thank you, Rob. I've been meaning to do a journey, so that's a validation to do one. And then she said, I got the word journey yesterday as soon as I turned on Spiritus. So that's a great validation. And I agree, Lori. I'm here. My Wi-Fi just keeps on spinning out.
So this card is right here. And it looks like it has an eagle, an Indian, and it is the Great Spirit, Wakantanka. Wakantanka is the Great Spirit of the Lakota, the intense and dangerous power of great mystery, the subtle energy that permeates all beings. Every path of the cosmos, the sun, moon, sky, earth, wind, animals, plants, and humans. It has its own, but Wakantanka, probably butchering that, I need to look how to say it, is the subtle energy in everything, the energy that makes everything alive. Wakan is sacred to all parts and things, but is not in equal measure or at all times. Some have more, some use it freely, some hold it tight. The eagle is a symbol of the Great Spirit, which watches over the world. Eagle is the only creature able to fly from the visible to the invisible worlds and initiates through the mysteries of life and death and beyond. The message for this Great Spirit card: you have access to power and wisdom beyond human understanding. Ask, wait, and listen. So yeah, that's a pretty cool card.
Good one. And then we have Royal next.
Oh, got another popper outer. We're going to go with it. And that card looks like this. It is I'm going to not probably say the name right again. Taikmol. It's the god of rain. Taikomol. Taikmol was once upon a time a creator god who was called He Who Sewed Up the World. He arose from foam from water, the only thing that has existed. For the Californian Yuki, Taikmol is he who walks alone, and he created the world. After creating the world, including humans, giving them language, he ascended to the skies and lives as an old wayfarer, a pilgrim of the heavens, detached from the lives of humans. When it rains, whenever life is nurtured and brought forth, we are reminded of his great gifts. The message is, let the waters of your heart burst forth and nourish the world around you. Give no expectations of repayment. Like we were saying earlier, the world has a lot to nourish you with if you just let it. Quit trying to make it and just let it. Quit trying to make it better and just let it happen the way it's supposed to.
Quit trying to make fetch happen. We've got Azariana.
You're much welcome, Lori. Zariana.
I love that name.
Another 2 cards popped out. We'll go with this one. What is it? I don't know. It looks like a drum.
You're welcome, Royal.
Speaking of drums, I don't know if I mentioned last week when I was at the Native American Festival, I did get a new Native American flute for my collection. If I haven't said before, I kind of have a thing for Native American flutes.
I was just about to say, I didn't know you had a flute collection.
Yeah.
But I think you might have mentioned something about a flute somewhere down the line.
Yep. What did he say? He plays a skin flute? What?
I knew you were about to say that too.
Yep. Of course you did. That's why we eat the same food every night. You weirdo. All right. Zariana gets the drum. Consistency. The drum.
Sorry, Rob.
Night. The drum produces the that word. Now I've totally screwed myself up and I can't even talk. The drum produces the primordial sound of creation and can induce trance states that encourage connections with spirit. Drums carry the energy of the materials they are made with, as well as become an individual entity in their own right. They carry the powerful sound of thunder and energy of lightning, and hence are used to capture the creator's attention. They also mimic the heartbeat of the earth, the great spirit that connects us all. The beat may vary and evoke different energies, but all variations are part of the rhythm of life. The message is find your own inner rhythm and let it flow. Let it live and change while remaining uniquely your own. There you go. I like that card.
I do too. And then next up we have Heather. It was Lizzie that played the crystal flute on TV, right? That one crystal flute that was really, really old, and it hadn't been like opened in like a long time. And then she, like, nobody I think knew that Lizzie could play a flute.
Yeah.
Was it a crystal flute?
Sounds right. Mine aren't crystal. They're made of bamboo and cedar. Whoa.
Oh, you got a snake.
I got a snake, man.
So you got a tree that you just did, and then a snake. I mean, just on the flip side of it too.
Yeah.
A snake and a tree.
Yep.
And you put a snake on your tree.
Exactly. How weird. Well, let's see what this snake or serpent has to say.
It's Rob's Music Royal.
The snake. I got a snake, man. Snakes are highly symbolic and suggest ideas around primal knowledge, fear, deep mysteries, healing, cycles, and duality. Because of the snake's practice of shedding its skin, it is also a strong representative of renewal and change. The snake is associated with birds as well as ground, and therefore the connection between heaven and earth. Various myths connect snake to rain and corn, which I have a corn snake right in back of me, making him also a sign of continuity of life. Man, snake is shown with a rainbow because it too is a symbol that connects the earth and sky and the constant renewal of the continuation of life. The message, keep in mind the cycles of life and flow with them, changing and continually growing.
And then after Heather, we have Janice. And then Linda.
This one is the Divine Rogue. It's got an Indian holding a handful of feathers, and there's several masks and stuff around him. The Rogue is the anti-hero, the transgressor, the rebel who mocks and overturns social norms. Through swindles, fraud, and jokes, this trickster brings valuable teachings about the nature of opposites. He brings us into the situation's exaggerated hunger unbridled sexual yearnings, and unlimited wandering, teaching us of the dangers and benefits of impulsive behavior. The masks represent the bad brother, the sun at dusk, and the dead who are exorcised by reproducing their features. By reproducing and impersonating their energies, we can better understand, control, and redistribute them for the good of all. The message: always remember to look at the other side of things. There are two sides to every story, and benefits and risks in everything. That one was a complicated one.
And then we have Linda, last but not least.
This one looks like an arrow. And this one is the arrow. Imagine that. Gosh. The arrow, a weapon, is used for defense and also offense against enemies or while hunting. It's a symbol of speed, success, direction, and travel. The shape of the arrowhead is also used as a protective amulet, sometimes with the addition of a pheasant feather or a red zigzag line that evokes lightning. An arrow requires careful aim, achieved by a good eye and strong, steady muscles. Once released, it follows its path to an inevitable conclusion very quickly. The message for the arrow: whatever action you are considering, bear in mind the element of surprise. Solutions or blocks can occur suddenly. So yeah, if you're thinking about something, think really good about it before you act on it. Did we get everybody?
We did. Part of this song reminds me of a Sublime song,
Yeah.
and I can't think of what it is, but it's from the What It's Got album. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I'm going to pull a card for myself. Real quick, like.
Yeah, I'll take one too. Actually, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
I'll do you first.
No, do you? Because that was your energy right then you were about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that was your intent.
Got an arrow, now we got an axe. You better axe someone.
Got an axe to grind?
Excuse me, it's Native American. It's not an axe. It's a tomahawk.
Mhm.
Get it straight, Rob.
Right.
The tomahawk is a useful tool employed for a number of different purposes. Simply, it is a common everyday tool used for chopping or cutting. It has also been used for hunting and warfare. Further, it is used in competitions. Hence, it is associated with strength, war, competition, aggressiveness. It's also connected with the instantaneous and divine, definite power of lightning because it is a intelligently designed tool that can be used for various purposes. There is also a connection with man, I can't talk tonight.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, I can't even say the word, and it's simple. I'm having brain failure.
Ingenuity?
Yes, thank you. Ingenuity and choice. I'm looking at it and I can't say it. I think I'm having some sort of fit. Sometimes The message is sometimes the best course of action is slowly and cleanly separate from a situation. Choose carefully and don't destroy something worth keeping.
Uh-oh. Oh, what could that? Oh, no. That has nothing to do with the boxes you're throwing out.
Who knows?
You know what that could mean yet?
Not really.
My head just went right to the boxes when I was saying, like, we were talking about all that stuff that day, and you're like, I'm just throwing them now. I'm not even looking through them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I still think my curiosity still gets the best of me.
Yep. I'm going to go deal with more of that in the morning.
Mm.
But I had to clean my van out today because it was full of band gear. So, yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's 10 more. Here's your
Like
copy.
oh, the raven or crow.
Weren't we just talking something
Yeah,
about ravens and crows?
kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Oh, when I was showing you the pictures in the shop the other day,
Mm-hmm.
said something about the ravens.
Said, oh, they're not crows, they're ravens.
This one, however, is a crow. Crow is a rich, powerful symbol, being very closely associated with shamans who are not afraid to travel through the invisible world. Like shamans, crows can be tricksters, which is a type of teacher. Crows foretells experience that may be unexpected but full of wisdom. Crow is also very smart and uses his wisdom to create and organize culture, exhibiting the right use of power, and thereby creates more power. The shipapu stick is made with various woods and various associations, and often painted green and light blue and adorned with feathers. It was also used by various tribes to seek grace from the gods to guarantee fertility. So the message for this crow card is all of life is a lesson. Learn the lessons, be smart, and practice the right use of power, and don't take yourself so seriously. Why so serious?
Why so serious? That was a good card.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Some with the Native American.
And I was spending some time with my crows in the back today.
Yeah. What is it? The squirrels that come and eat peanuts out of your hand?
And the blue jays.
And the blue jays. That's pretty cool.
But the crows are, which is good that they are so cautious. They'll sit there and they won't like eat peanuts under the awnings. One will kind of do it, but they're so careful. They'll look and it'll take them forever to jump down and they sidestep over to it and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's why they live so long, because they are cautious. Like they should be cautious. Like I don't want them to trust me if they don't want to, because I don't want, I feel bad about the ones I do domesticate in a way, because,
Yeah.
now you don't need to be running up to just anybody.
Exactly.
But the squirrel comes up to the window and I look and it'll be sitting there like looking at me. And then I'm looking at it as the one eye in the window. Just like go out there and put a peanut, and she crawls up and takes her little mouth and goes.
Damn. Well, that about wraps it up for another night of Weirdo Wednesday, where we're all weird. So yeah, there's going to be plenty more weird happening throughout the week, I'm sure. Every day is a day of weirdness, is a day of normalcy now.
Mm-hmm.
So
if it wasn't weird, it would be weird.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird. It's not weird.
That's weird. It's not weird.
It's not weird. It's weird.
So, Paranormal Soup be Sunday night. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not yet. Depends on what time I get home. I got a gig every Sunday night this month till the end of time. Well, at least till the end of this month anyways. playing every Sunday and one Friday. So good to be busy, good to be making music, but I can't always make it home in time to do the. I can't even think of the name of it. The web,
The web.
worldwide web weird. Good God Almighty.
I know, and I had to sleep so bad because it's like I didn't sleep since Tuesday up until that point. Sunday was the first night that I was able to actually get a little sleep, and then Monday I had all that shit I had to do. So I'm like, shit, I just can't risk staying up again. Like I had to let my body crash, and I knew if I stayed up and drank energy, like
Yeah.
I got to let my body run out of gas because I was not going to sleep on my own.
Yeah.
It was like 8 hours collective that week.
I tried to get, I played 36 holes of disc golf Saturday, 2 different courses. So I had a reason to be tired, but yeah, I went to bed somewhat early for me, and I slept kind of late Sunday morning. So I thought I would have had plenty of rest, but man, my ass was dragging. Normally I play a show and I'm kind of, dancing around and moving, and yeah, I was just kind of like going through the motions on that show just to get done. I was tired. By the time I got home, it takes, we play till 9. Sometimes we play later if there's a crowd, and they're wanting us to play more, we'll stay and play later. And then it takes, an hour to pack up all our crap. And then it takes me 45 minutes or so to get home. So I might make it, I might not. But other than that, thanks as always for hanging out with us. Because if it weren't for y'all, Jamie and me'd probably just be sitting here playing PUBG or something, which we should do soon. But anyways, if I don't see you Sunday, have a great week. And yeah, there you go. There you have it. We're out of here.